Hi, it's me, Annalisa. I just realized I have like big 80s hair and then a concert t-shirt on. Welcome. It's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. I am back and I wanted to do a chat today on like a quick way to tell what's blocking you. So just for reference, I am a psychic medium, certified in psychic as a psychic medium, certified in seance conducting and energy healing. I am also a welcome, a ordained spiritualist reverend and or minister. And I used to be a nurse and I'm a mom and I'm just all around into spiritual stuff. So what I wanted to talk about is we get stuck a lot, right? And we go, oh, I'm doing all the affirmations. I'm doing all of the, scripting and whatever versions of things. Though I like the law of assumption and just like you change your belief systems and you change your world. And I was seeing some stuff kind of come up in this one thing I'm working on. And I was like, well, that's weird. Why does that keep happening? And then I happened to stumble upon something and it was like, why do you want this manifestation? Oh, I know what I've been stuck on. I'll be real here, which is maybe not what you want to hear, but I want to grow my subscribers. I want to grow my business. I want to grow, and it is growing. It's just growing like at a snail's pace. And I'd like it to grow a little bit faster. Now I look at all sides of it. I'm like, well, it's okay to grow a little bit slower because you ease into the changes and all of that stuff. Hi, Linda. You ease into the changes and you ease into the growth, and it isn't so overwhelming. I'm not saying I want to be like an overnight sensation because sometimes that becomes so overwhelming for people that they can't handle it. And this thing was kind of like, why do you want your manifestation? So I encourage you to look at it this way because I thought, oh, that does show me exactly why I'm having blocks and what it is around it and all of that stuff. So why do I want my manifestation for subscribers? It's not for fame. I don't really care if everybody knows who I am. It is because I absolutely love what I do. It is because I really want to make money doing it. I'd really like to have like this be a main source of income. I'd really like it to be a passive source of income. I love peace. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I was looking at like because I was having like a struggle with do I like am I wanting this? And I don't know if you guys ever go through this, but this is something I'm struggling with and I think it's really important to see that other people kind of have these things and I think it's really important to see where they're at along the journey and the process of doing something because when we like when other people are like, "Oh, I've been doing this forever and all of these things happen." And you're like, "Okay, but when you were like in the depths of it and really having a hard time, like what was that like?" Because we get I think my background as a nurse kind of helps me see things in a bit more compassionate way. And doing all of these readings, it's like we've been through the stuff, right? So what I was finding was I had this resistance, or I'm working on getting rid of it. This resistance to is it superficial to want to grow and be big? Am I doing that for superficial reasons? And because I tend not to be that kind of a person, obviously, like I'm wearing a concert t-shirt, like I'm not all fancy schmancy. I don't really, you guys know me. If you've been here, you know me. I'm like pretty practical. I don't really care about the cars and all of that stuff. I'm really about human connection and kindness and compassion and all of that. So, um, I was realizing that when the minute I asked the question of why do I want this, it automatically like released that weird fear I had of like I'm doing this for some superficial reason. I know that sounds weird, but so then I want to ask you the question of like why are you manifesting your SP back? What is so amazing about that person or what is so unique about that person that you feel you're that in that deep connection? Or why are you manifesting money? Because sometimes we have these old stories behind it that we don't realize underlies there that's stopping us because we think, well, of course I deserve the money. But maybe there's some in asking yourself that question, you start to look at it differently and you feel it differently. It is amazing to want to succeed, but you know what? Sometimes we're afraid of it. We're afraid of failure or whatever. Like everybody has their own thing. For me, I was like, I didn't want this superficial thing. Like, cause it's not necessarily that I want fame. It's really not even about that. It's like, and it's not even really that I want like, oh, the accolades, because I'm good at what I do. I already know it. I don't need anybody else to tell me. I know I'm good at what I do. people see it, people don't see it. That's okay. But I want to help you guys grow. I want to help you on your spiritual journey. I want to help you navigate pitfalls and figuring things out from my own experience to say, like, hey, this is what I've done. This is what's helped me. I want to share my wisdom. We all have wisdom to share. We all have gifts to share. This is like, I like spiritual stuff. I like sharing my knowledge and of psychic development and intuition and all that stuff. I think I love teaching about the body and the human body and all of that stuff. Like that's why I liked being a nurse. I find it fascinating. So I think like the biggest takeout, and to me, that was a really big awareness and an awakening to go, all right, why am I doing this? Because I think a lot of times we go, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want this. And then we don't look at the underlying thing. So if you're manifesting, say, an SP, right? Why do you want that SP? Is it a specific, like literally a specific person, or is it just like, I want to fall in love and blah, 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 and I want this type of person? Why do you want those things? And I think it's really important to get deep on that. Like, figure it out. Like, do I want it because I want to feel loved? Because if that's it, then that your problem there is self-concept. Your thing that you need to work on first is feeling the love here, meaning doing your affirmations and you're like, I'm amazing, whatever. And then it's all that love starts to show up on the outside. And I've said this for a long time. Also start to recognize the small ways that love come in. The love comes in. Somebody opening a door for you is a gesture of love. Is it romantic love? No. I mean, it could be, but it is a form of love. Why do you want that really awesome car? Why do you want that really gigantic house? There's nothing wrong with wanting those things, but if you want something, figure out why. Well, if you're like, well, I want it because um, um, I just had a brain fart. Rockdown on here, she watches. When she wants that house, she wants it because she wants to provide a place and a place for her mom to live and her parents to live and all of that stuff. She wants a bigger house for that reason. And so it's like it removes the like feeling of somehow you don't deserve it because you kind of take the judgment out of it. I do want to talk about some big, interesting manifesting things that happened. The reason why I couldn't go on earlier today was I was at an allergist appointment with one of my daughters who has a food allergy or had a food allergy, and we passed the second food challenge. So I'm super excited because after this week, if she does fine and doesn't have any latent reactions, then she is free and clear of food allergies and no more EpiPen. And that's really, really exciting. And it relieves a lot of pressure and a lot of worry. And um, phone calls from teachers like, can she have this? Which I know that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but to not have to worry about your kid needing to go to the ER is pretty amazing. And it requires a boatload of trust. And thankfully she has an amazing teacher. But I manifested that. So over a year ago, I just decided, you know what? I'm going to manifest that she doesn't have this allergy anymore. And I wrote it down and I just was visualized really quick. Not like getting the like that she passed and she did okay. It was something like that. It was so long ago, I don't even fully remember it. But that's a huge manifestation if you ask me. But here's the thing, I also know you can grow out of food allergies. And so I didn't have that of like it never happens, it's against all odds. However, the timing is very rapid because she had such severe reactions even 2 years ago. She was hospitalized. Well, not hospitalized. We were in the ER. Like her doctor was like, this is incredible that she's grown out of this fast. I would have never expected this. I would have never seen that happen. So the timing was pretty amazing. So anything is possible. I was like, circumstances don't matter. I don't care if people don't normally grow out this quickly. She's growing out of it. We're done with it. Like, let's be done. Another thing that kind of came up that I thought was really, really cool. A friend of mine, we were talking back in August and she was like, I'd really love this old job to call me to like, I want them to contact me and offer me a management position. And like, that's what I would really love. But she's like, but I want them to contact me. I was like, so manifest it. So she said, like, I manifested that they would text me. So this was back in August, I think, or July. And in the meantime, she found another job and the starting rate was pretty good. And she really likes this job. And she had this really amazing thing happen. But like, I think a few weeks ago, this old job contacted her and said like, "Hey, do you want to come back and work this many hours and we'll offer you this rate," which is the same starting rate at her other job that she's actually currently working at. And it was and like her current job, she had 0 experience, and the last job she had ten years experience. And she was like, I was like, "Well, that doesn't seem really fair. Like you've had 10 years experience and they're offering you the same rate that you would be getting it you have right now with no experience. Like they need a worker, they're contacting you, so like ask them for more money." So she went back and she said, "I can't do less than X amount of dollars." And I'm like, "Well, that's really what we would pay a manager. Would you want a management position?" So she manifested this thing to come in. She didn't have to do anything. She just said, "I visualize it. That's it. Like done." So like the long and short of it is she's not going to end up taking that job because she's like, "Well, like I don't know if I want all that hassle when I just have to show up and do my job here and learn. And there's this really exciting thing that I might like, I have an idea of growing in this new job." And so like we were sort of talking about it. And I said, "Well, maybe, it's not really the lesson in this is not like you have to go back to this manifestation you had, but maybe it's just like, look, you really can manifest big things and you don't have to really do a whole lot for it. So now manifest what you really want with this job." So just because you've manifested something doesn't mean you have to decide you want it. Like, so what if you're manifesting an SP and then like someone to return and you've done all this self concept work and they return and you're kind of like, "Oh, I don't really know if I want that anymore. Like, I don't know if that's good enough for me anymore." Okay. So don't take it. Or like maybe in the meantime, you've worked on your own self concept and somebody else comes along and it's like a better fit. And then that person comes along. It doesn't mean you have to take that. It's all your choice. It's like going to the buffet. You get to pick whatever you want. You can go back for seconds and you can get the same thing or you can get something different and it doesn't matter. Does everybody understand the concept of like asking yourself why you want something? It's not because you need to justify it. It's because sometimes if you're asking for it in a certain way, where if you're like, "I need to feel this way," or "I want it because," like for me, why do I want it to grow? Well, then I thought about it. I was like, well, I was worried about why I really want to grow my channel is because I like the idea of passive income. I like the idea of being able to um, teach a broader reach of people. Hi, KK. You were just thinking about that earlier today. Oh, we're synchronistic. I love it. Um, I like the idea of reaching more people and having more clients and helping more people. And I like the idea of setting my own hours. I mean, if you haven't worked shift work and you work like I worked holidays, I worked weekends, I worked nights. And in fact, since my very first job, I worked holidays, weekends, and nights. Um, well, I mean, when I was 16, I wasn't working nights, but I was working holidays and weekends. I worked at a nursing home. That was my first job ever. And you know what? People don't stop needing food just because it's a holiday or a weekend. And so I always worked. I never, I mean, from the time I was 16 on. So like my family would hold Thanksgiving dinner for me, or I would just eat later. Like I didn't ever think, "Oh, I'm only 16, I can't work." I just thought, well, people need something. That was sort of always my thing. So I like the idea of setting my own hours. I like the idea of like taking a holiday off. I've worked nights. It's exhausting. It's terrible. I've worked 16-hour shifts. I've worked 17 hours. Like it's not fun. And I think I can do other things. I love that manifest and I can choose it if I want to keep it or not. Remove stagnation. Yeah. You don't have to take it. Like, so if you manifest it, it will come, but you don't have to take it. You don't have to go like, "Oh, well, I manifest that, so like I'm stuck with it." Like, I think sometimes it's in to show you, to remind you, the universe goes, you can have whatever you want. Take it or not. Take it or leave it. So that's it. I'm just wanted to do a quick chat with y'all because I felt like I missed you. And I didn't want to, I'm playing it around with. So, oh, I have on my website, I have I uploaded the journal. You can purchase the journal now. I'm going to be changing it. So I have like, I'll do a few of those copies because I have them sort of made up already, but I'm going to be changing it to be a little less handmade looking and so that the putting it together process is a little bit quicker because I do them by hand. I'm gonna start I don't know, playing around with thumbnails and all of that stuff because maybe I'm behind the game, but I discovered Canva and I'm like, oh, I've been like going to town with it, and it's so much easier to use than trying to set everything up on Pages or on Google Docs or whatever. Like it works the way my brain works. I'm so excited. I don't know. Anyway, so I just adore y'all. Thank you so much for always supporting me and being here. And that's it. If you have any questions, I am doing mentoring. I don't have it set up for payment yet, but um, I got to do with my friend. I realized I'm like, I'm always kind of doing manifesting mentoring. So I'm happy to help y'all. I get to use my intuition to see it. Like she was like, there's this one, oh, you need to think about this too. This is a really good idea. We don't need to. Well, whatever. She's like, there's always that person at work, that just gets on your nerves. And so we were talking and I said, well, okay, so tell me about it. So I just sat and listened to her talk and explain what happens and what bothers her about this person and all of that. Like I didn't go, and I was like, oh, what I'm saying, what I'm getting, what I'm picking up intuition wise. So it's kind of cool because I get to use my intuition, and it's sort of how my friendships have always worked. So I'm happy to do manifesting mentoring to help you figure out your blocks. But asking yourself why you want something will help you find that little glitch in the system. Like I said. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your love and support. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're not, thank you again. I will be live on Sunday. I'm kind of kicking around the idea that you can only um, get your questions asked or participate in the chat if you've been subscribed for a certain amount of time. I'm thinking that might help with some of the issues I had last week. I'm also manifesting. Maybe you guys can all help manifest too for me to like manifest out trolls. Like we don't see any more trolls anymore. They can't find my channel. That would be awesome too. So manifest with me. Let's do 10,000 subs. I know I'm only a little over 1,000, but why not? And then if you ever come back to these, like post in the comments what you want to manifest, why you want it, and we'll all help each other manifest. And I can start burning some little things for y'all in the meantime, whatever. I may not film it just yet. I have to figure out how to set all that up. But now I'm just gabbing away. All right. So check me out on Sundays for the questions, $5 a question, 30%. Oh, they're thinking and so what's weird is I don't really care about the dislike button because what I realized was that it encourages engagement or it like the thing just picks it up as being engagement. So I'm like, whatever, don't like me, I don't care. But I do like that. Um, it might deter the trolls. I think I don't know. I don't know. I'm just working on some of that. Anyway, whatever. I just want to be able to do what I do and like offer you guys the service. And it's not about the money when I do the $5 questions because like after taxes, after PayPal takes their cut, after I donate 30%, I'm like not taking a ton of money. So it's not for the money. It was just to sort of find a way to kind of like cut down on the 50 questions in the first 2 minutes and not be able to like keep up with them and having people be demanding, like, you didn't get to me. So maybe I could go back to free and do like a pick a name out of the hat, blah, 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 or something like that. But right now I like the questions because I really like being able to donate. It's like over 5,000 meals so far this year. And then at the holidays, I go up to 100%. So that makes me really happy that we can do something for other people when we're doing this. So it's like, it helps you, it helps me, and it helps other people. And like, why not? Right. Okay. So thank you again for the love and support. I will see you on Sunday, and I probably won't do it this Sunday, but maybe for the following Sunday, we'll start doing it where you have to be subscribed for X amount of days or whatever before you can actually ask a question. We'll see how this Sunday goes. Okay. So enjoy your Friday night, enjoy your Saturday, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye.